Hi, my name is Natasha Stevkovska, and I'm here to present to you an article about the role of self-esteem and self-efficacy in moderating the effect of workplace stress on depression, anxiety, and stress from Australasian Journal of Organizational Psychology. The key question in this article is, are workplace stressors and certain strain moderated by self-efficacy and self-esteem? Which means, is there a connection on how people can cope with workplace problems and uncertain situations, and does that produces a certain strain? Interactive person-environment fit model has been investigated extensively, but the relationship between them and the stress process has been so far unclear. Individual stress interacts with the workplace environment depending on the situation, as in terms of a conflict or rule ambiguity, uncertainty, that actually produces different strains of people. Transactional model of stress and cognitive appraisals refer to the capacity of the individual to cope with the interaction of the stressors in the workplace environment. How well people can deal with challenges and problems is defined of the level of their self-efficacy. On the other hand, how confident are people in their own abilities to deal with those challenges is defined by the level of their self-esteem. So what is the connection between self-efficacy, self-esteem, workplace stressors, and strain? In order to find the answer, 78 employees took part in this study, where 32 were males and 46 were females, with an average age of 38 for both genders. They were drawn from different organizations and different backgrounds, mainly from public services, nursing, or teaching from Victoria, Australia. The procedure was conducted using 10-minute questionnaires, which were divided in 4 sections, measuring the demographics, age and sex, core self-evaluation, self-esteem and self-efficacy, and the strain, depression, anxiety, or stress. The questionnaires were sent in 2 versions, hard copy via postpaid envelopes, and electronic version via email with a hyperlink of the web page questionnaire. The answers were rated by different psychometric scales using the hierarchical regression analysis. Furthermore, to get a clearer picture, they used 2 stages of the cognitive appraisals, and they managed to rank all the elements in this research and to connect them. The findings from this study are very interesting. What they found was that self-efficacy and self-esteem function in the workplace stress process varies regarding what strain is under question. So this supports the view that psychological variables and environmental stressors produce a strain. Furthermore, it has shown that stressors on self do not have the significant impact on the individual strain. However, the interaction between individuals and the work environment thus produces strain. Within the results, they found a connection between self-efficacy, role ambiguity, depression, and self-efficacy, performance role ambiguity, and stress. While the moderating role of the self-esteem was connected with the role ambiguity, performance role ambiguity, anxiety, and stress. As we can see from the tables, there was no identical connection between self-efficacy, self-esteem, and stress. Therefore, is taken under consideration the transactional model of stress that proposes that the individual experience the primary appraisal as a harm, threat, or challenge, so the secondary appraisal is identified as effective dealing with that situation. So what does that mean? So this means that a person with high self-efficacy and high self-esteem will say that I can always solve the problem if I try hard enough and remain calm, while the person with low self-efficacy and low self-esteem will say that I'm not confident in solving this new problem no matter how hard I try. That leads us to a conclusion that these findings have to be revisited again regarding the temporal pattern of events, moderators, and strain relationships, but they highlighted the importance of reducing the workplace stress in the context of the person-environment fit model. And so, what people will feel and how they will cope with the workplace stress will depend on the intensity and symptomatology of the stressors and the person-environment interaction. What is important, especially for the HR perspective, is that when dealing with different situations, for example as facilitators, it's essential for them to know the source of the stressors so a better fit can be outlined between people and working environment. Thank you for your time.